In this lesson, we'll be looking at Excel's pattern matching features, which can literally anticipate what values you might want in a range of cells and populate them for you. Excel is really good at spotting patterns and then trying to repeat them for you. Sometimes it gets it wrong and that can be pretty frustrating, but for the most part, it's really good and it's a useful feature to have embedded and show some of the power of Excel. Let me show you an example of this now over to the right. If I were to put the number 1 in here and the number 1 in here, if I highlight those two cells and then click this little dark green box below and drag it down, it will continue with ones. Not much of a pattern, but watch this. If I put 1 and then 2 and highlight both of them, it will continue that pattern down, giving me 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. We can also use this feature to repeat formatting. So we can see from rows 4 and 5 that Excel would know that we have a white row followed by a grey row. It also knows that all of the text inside them is center aligned. So to do that, you could just click left aligned here in this box, or we could click center aligned to get it back as it was. What it also knows is the font, and it also knows that we've got this formatted to a $sign with the 1000 separator in it. So let me show you how to copy that format down to the 2017 data where it's missing. So we're going to select the top 2 rows of data which tell Excel everything it needs to know about the format we want. We're going to right click, copy, that's now in the clipboard. We're then going to highlight all the cells that don't have that formatting and right click, and this time click paste special. When we're in there, this time we want to click formats so it doesn't bring everything across, or it will actually bring the data as well, and we don't want that. And then click OK. You can see that it's formatted it exactly as per the 2018 data. I'm going to show you another formula now to get the 2017 number in each of the rows of this section here. There are easier ways of doing it, but it will be a really good example of a very simple formula in Excel. Click on this cell here, and then click into this top section where the formula bar is. Hit the equals key, and then click on C4, which actually holds the value 2018. Now we don't want this to hold 2018, but if we put -1, it will take 1 off that number, giving us 2017. Hit enter and it'll apply it. You can see how that's worked. If I drag down the cell that I've put the formula in by 1 row, you can see that it says 2017 again. Now the reason for that, if we look back at the original formula, C4 minus 1, on the next one, it's applied C5 minus 1. So Excel has continued the pattern. What it's doing is looking 10 cells back from where it was. So this one, C14, looks at C4. This one, C15, looks at C5. So now we've set a formula that always looks 10 cells above and takes 1 off that value. We can drag this down further, and when we get to the bottom of the 2017 data set, we'll then get 2016. That's looking at 10 cells above, which was 2017, and it's taking 1 off it. I could continue dragging this down forever, and it will just keep taking 1 year off for every 10 rows. You can see the power in that. If we went on for 1,000,000 rows, the speed that that gives is incredible. I've used the undo function again because we obviously don't want data all the way down to 2003. What we do want though, for when we bring the 2016 data in, is 10 rows of 2016. So if I do that, it's then ready and we can go and get the data from 2016. Let's do that now. Back in the 2016 tab, let's just take the data we want. So select this area here without the headers, right click, copy, move across to the dashboard tab, right click, and then paste it with this values option into the area we want. You'll notice that when we copied the format across from 2018 to 2017, it didn't apply it to this 2017 row because it didn't have any data in it at the time. We need to reapply that now. So let's pick the formatting area that we want to copy. And then in this case, we're going to pick 2017 all the way down to 2016, right click again, into paste special, and this time click formats as we did before and click OK. That should now format all of our data in the same consistent way. Another useful little tip while I've got a good opportunity to show you, if you've copied something, and we'll know that because we've got this green dotted line that's moving around the area of copied data, if we want to do something else or we've made a mistake and we just want to come out of that copying option, just click the escape key and that will remove that green dotted line and remove it from the clipboard. That's also useful in other areas. So where we've got the formula, for example, if we were writing a formula and we clicked into the formula bar at the top, if we made a mistake, so we've accidentally typed something and we wanted to come out so that that change didn't take effect, we just click the escape key and we come back out. Now, because we've used a formula to get 2017 and 2016 in, we're just going to highlight over those, right click on them, click copy, right click again and click paste values. All that means is that we've used a formula to get the data we need, but we haven't then left that formula there, which could cause us issues later. So now you'll see that the data is just raw. There's nothing in the formula bar. It's just the 2017 and 2016 numbers as we would want in a cleansed and raw data set. Okay, so now we have all our data in a single structure. So if we want to change the format later on, we can do all the years at once, and we can very easily add additional years onto the bottom of this data as they come round. No new worksheets to make. No messing about with different formats and layouts. Are you starting to see the benefit yet? In the next lesson, we'll be exploring the difference between data, information, and insight. These terms are often used interchangeably, and that is a big part of the problem.